Glad you could join us this evening. I'm Hugh Hefner, editor-publisher of Playboy magazine, and your host. And this is Playboys Penthouse. Come on in and meet some of our guests. Well, here we have Eleanor Bradley and Miss Joyce Nazari, two of our most popular playmates, and Lenny Bruce, foremost exponent of sick humor and...
Oh! Isn't that sick? Yeah. Oh, boy, the champagne is really making my nose bubbly, Uncle Hugh.
Especially well known for his extemporaneous and ad-lib jokes.
That was ad-lib, you like that?
That was very ad-lib. Over here we've got our own A.C. Spektorsky, associate publisher of Playboy and author of The Exurbanites. Back here, Cy Colman, fellow that wrote Witchcraft and a number of other very famous tunes. And Charlie Shavers, Man with a Trumpet. And Cy also wrote the tune you heard at the beginning of this show, our theme, and we're pretty excited about it, Cy.
Well, so am I, actually, and so are the boys. It was really one of the most exciting dates I'd ever been at. I've never seen quite so many musicians assembled for a little trio like that. There were 39 in all, I guess.
39 or 40 men, and Cy wrote the tune for us just this past 2 weeks on a special assignment. We got together a good bit of the Chicago Symphony Orchestra, I think, along with everybody else.
Yes, like I say, there were violinists there that didn't see each other in years. They shook hands on the date. They said, "Where have you been?"
We think we may have a hit record, and we're going to try and release it as a commercial record.
Well, that's very exciting. I think it's a good record. I think it's a good musical record. It's something we're all proud of.
Well, we're happy about it.
I'm really delighted.
You're working on a new Broadway show, too, aren't you?
Well, that's right. I'm working on a show called Skyscraper for Fiore and Martin. They're the fellows that did Guys and Dolls, Silk Stockings, and that sort of thing. And what it is, it's a show about contemporary New York. You know, it's, if you notice New York today, it looks like it's been bombed out.
You know, everything's being rebuilt.
Yeah, thanks.
What are you drinking? I'm all set, Len. Thank you.
Well, it really looks like, you know, with all these new buildings going up and everything, you know, it's the recent thing with Toots Shaw when he refused to sell for quite a while.
I didn't know about that.
That's right. Well, he was the last holdout on the block, and they were putting up the new Zeckendorf Hotel there. So what we have is we have a little brownstone, and we have a little old lady that lives in this brownstone that won't sell to the big mighty skyscraper going up, and this is our whole story, and we have a romance, and it really is a very exciting project.
And this is set to open when?
Well, I can't tell you when it's going to open. We have a tentative rehearsal date set for August.
I see. So maybe next fall.
That's right.
That's right. Very exciting. Now, the song you're most famous for, of course, is Witchcraft that Frank recorded here a couple of years ago.
Yes, that's a biggie.
I understand, we were talking earlier, there's a part of this tune you said that you wrote after the record was made?
That's right. As a matter of fact, you know, it just goes to show you that you really never stop writing. You never stop writing a song. When Frank made the record and it became a little bit of a hit, we said, you know, it felt like it needed a little bit more, maybe just a little verse or something. So we sat down, Carolyn Lee, by the way, who did the lyrics on Witchcraft, and I sat down and we wrote a little, we call it an interlude. It can be used as a verse. We just put it on. Frank never heard this interlude because the record was already released.
And I haven't either.
Yeah, well, some people do it that have heard it, but it's something completely new to the song. Would you like to hear it?
I'd like to very much.
All right, Witchcraft. Those fingers in my hair, that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, 'cause the heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, wicked witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. proceed with what you're leading me to. 'Cause it's such an ancient pitch, and it's one that I never switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you. Now here's the part. Shades of old Lucretia Borgia, there's the devil in you tonight. And although my heart adores you, my head says it ain't right to let you make advances. Oh no. Under normal circumstances I'd go, but oh, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. 'Cause it's such an ancient pitch, and it's one that I'd never switch. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you. My heart says yes indeed in me. Come on, arouse that need in me. 'Cause there's no nicer witch than you.
I just found outside that you wrote a song that's a special favorite with me, Don't Try to Change Me Now, which Frank included in his latest album.
That's right. That's one of the first songs I wrote. Well, I've written many songs, but it's one of the first, and it's the one that has the fondest memories for me. So I'm glad you like that one, because it's close to me.
You do very many things that Frank records.
Well, as a matter of fact, Hugh, I've got a new song coming out that Sinatra's doing. It's called The Best Is Yet to Come. It's a funny thing, standing right over here at Charlie Shaver's, just as I was going to do the demo record, but you know we make demo records, and I sing it and we send it out to the artist, you know, whoever it is. And we happened to send this particular demo record to Frank, and I was walking along the street just before we made it. Charlie Shaver's was walking down. I said, Charlie, would you come up and help me on this thing? And Charlie said, sure, and he came up and we made the demo, and Frank accepted it.
That's crazy. Now, this is something that has not yet been recorded.
Well, it hasn't even been heard around, as a matter of fact. He hasn't recorded it yet, but he intends to record it.
Charlie's here and you're here. Maybe we could get you to